that comforter guides us to that avenue of healing, and we are so thankful. Lord, I just want to face the parts of my story time won't erase. Time won't erase. Lord, I don't know how to face the parts of my story that leaves me seeking my Father's embrace. Forgetting doesn't bury the mental trace from the part of the race that blinded me like mace. This sting of darkness that binds my yesterdays with might is what robs me of sight. Yet you are the way, you are the truth, God, you are the light, and you before me, what trouble can scale such height? But God, there are moments that stalk me as they lay hidden under the guise of grief. I fall in disbelief like a seasonal leaf stolen from its branch by a seasonal thief that simply came to see it fall away from the very thing it has always been able to hold on to. The tree, God, is you. And maybe I'm the leaf that falls away by even the lightest of sway. Do I drift back to that day when my stitches began to fray, when grief like soldiers invaded the mind, and worry and spite is all I could find because I was used to owning these burdens, and these, Lord, were mine. Despite telling the world I was fine, I knew that I was broken this time because my smile lied, even my laughter cried. When the living promise died, it was truly when grief began to collide. And that day ruled over so many tomorrows that my past would last so many years. And like the sand upon a shore, what a chore it would be to count all those tears. But God, when grief knocked at all hours of the clock and drifting despair was docked, all I could do was speak to that mountain and demand it to stop. But grief had more pain to concoct. But God allowed me to overcome by healing the place that trauma came from. So when grief revisited my healing with haste, grace stood up staring it in the face. These burdens are mine, he proclaimed with a shout. This pain belongs not to the one who casted it out. Grief stood alone, but I stood with three. That was God, the Father, the Son, and the one steady comforting me. Thank you, Lord. I learned the comforter does not make all things comfortable. Though not preferable, some things are irretrievable. But these are my comfort years, with joy spilling these comfort tears. And grief will one day knock again, ready to collide with all those yesterdays I no longer hide. And when it visits, we will be ready to answer the call. That's me and the same three that comforts us all.